Why do you feel like one person has more right to do something for you as compared to you doing something for that person? People even go diabolical. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to break free from people's sense of entitlement. I watched this video sometime this week where Annie Dibia's elder brother came online and saying she has not been helping him, and she promised to buy a vehicle for him to do an Uber, and she wasn't able to do it. He went on and on and on, and how she introduced him into her drugs. And we've been having cases like this come on social media every now and then. People, when they complain about some certain things, you'll be marveled at their sense of entitlement. Why do you feel like one person has more right to do something for you as compared to you doing something for that person? So yeah, this all has brought me to today's topic, and I hope we pick something from it. If this is your first time watching, my name is Glory. Do not make it your last. Subscribe, click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. Sense of entitlement is a very critical, especially in the African context, where people even go diabolical. That is how important this topic is. There are some people that have a very strong sense of entitlement that they will even do things to hurt you simply because you were unable to do one or two things for them. Not because they've contributed any quota to you, but they just feel like you are in a position to do this, you must do it. You have friends that just have this great sense of entitlement. You have siblings that have this great sense of entitlement. Maybe because you're working in a place, they feel like you're in a better position. They just feel like you naturally should do some certain things. Maybe you're even going through one struggle or the other because you chose not to come out and start crying out in public, to just feel like everything is well with you and you feel like you should do this. How do we get to that point where people feel like you must do it? Like, if you don't do it, it's a crime and something has to be done against you. So for the fact he brought it online means that he's expecting people to mount pressure on how to be able to do this, or trying to get PT from people. So how do we break free from people's strong sense of entitlement towards us? The first tip is make them know they have a sense of entitlement as early as possible. Do not condone with it. Do not accept it. How do you even accept it? If you know someone that has a strong sense of entitlement, from the way they speak, you're going to start seeing the signs. You'll find people will be like, you are supposed to do this for me now. When you start hearing those things from siblings, from that, you'll be like, what are you supposed to do for me? You'll be like, no, I'm not supposed to do it for you. I'm not entitled. It's not compulsory. If I do it for you, it's because I want to, but don't feel like I must do it for you. So when you see people start saying like, you are to do this for me, you are supposed to do this for me, at that initial stage, maybe they don't feel like I'm being entitled, but it's for you to make them understand that no, don't use that word on me. I'm not supposed to do it because you don't know my current position. So from there and there, start correcting them as early as possible so they have that understanding, like, if I do something for you, it's because I want to. It's not because I'm under legal obligation to do that for you. The next tip is identify the fact that you are not stingy. Identify the fact that you're not stingy. People with great sense of entitlement, they have a way of making you feel like you're a very stingy person. They have this word of like, you're stingy. Since I've been begging you something for how long, you cannot even do this small thing. If it was really that small, why can you not solve it yourself? Because you don't know people's situation, you don't know what they're going through. So they have this way around words that makes you feel bad about yourself. You even sit and question yourself, am I being stingy? That I don't want to do this, does that mean I'm being stingy? No. Like I said in my previous video, put you first. It's not being stingy, it's just making you stand a better ground to be able to do more in future. It's not in any way saying you should not do. If you're in a good position to help people with sense of entitlement, good, go ahead and do it. But when you're not in a good position, do not feel guilty and feel like you're stingy. So please break away from that mindset. Know that you are not stingy. even when they try to make you feel so. The next tip is make sure you treat everyone equally. So now, the same way you're treating someone with a no sense of entitlement that just requests for your help and you feel like you're in a good position to do that, you can also do that to someone that has a strong sense of entitlement. That they have that sense of entitlement should not stop you from helping them out when you're in a good position to help them out. Do it, but make them understand that I'm doing this not because I'm under any kind of obligation to do it. I'm doing it because currently I'm available to do this. And when I'm not available to do it, I won't do it. The next tip is ignore the sin they cause. People with strong sense of entitlement, they know how to call people's attention. They'll try to make people feel pity for them. Take, for example, the video I talked about. I'm sure the reason why he came online is to put his sister under pressure, to make people backlash at her, so that maybe with that she might do what she promised. That is, if she did promise to do. So ignore the sin. You owe them nothing. You owe them nothing. But the very first important tip, which is what I've said, is as soon as possible, make them know this is a problem. You have this problem. I'm not under any obligation to do this. And no matter what length you take this to, I'm not going to feel obliged to do it if I'm not in a position to do it. The next tip is pray for them. Honestly, I feel like people with strong sense of entitlement, pray for them and pray for yourself. You have to be prayerful when you have people that have this strong, because they can take it to any length. They can honestly take it to any length, and you need to since I'm a Christian, so I'll talk about prayer when it comes to you having a spiritual backing. So pray for them, because you don't know how far they can take this something to, especially for those that are diabolically inclined. So pray for them, pray for yourself, like God should help this kind of mentality they have and reset their mindset. So pray for them. The last and final tip is confront them and be firm about declining their unreasonable requests. When their requests just get too much, you're trying to do this for them, they're coming up with this thing, at the same time they're blackmailing you emotionally to say, oh, why can't you do this, you're stingy, you're being this, I'm going to take this online, I'm your sister, like you're supposed to care for me, you're supposed to treat me right, you're supposed to do this and that for me. The elder ones will go through this a lot. If you're all adults, like if your elder one is doing good, is doing fine, why can't you work hard? And also, it's obvious like not everyone in the family will have the same fingers. It's also more about people with strong sense of entitlement, learning that you have to be happy where you are, why you strive for more, why you try to attain more height, and also come to the realization that not everyone, especially in a family setting, will be the same. So for the fact that your sister is there does not mean she does not have problems on her own to solve, and for the little she's able to do, it's also about they having that appreciative mindset. So you have to confront them, tell them the truth, tell them the reality, tell them this is how it is, no matter what you do or how you choose to take this is my stand on this and it's final. With this, a few tips of mine, if you're facing situation of someone with sense of entitlement, maybe within your family or friend cycle, I hope you'll be able to implement this, and I also hope that it's going to assist you get through it. So have a wonderful time, guys. Until next time, it's your girl Glory. It's your girl. Bye.